Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I hope you had a good new year. Hope your holidays was good. We missed a week because I was just busy afterwards. I had to go buy all the sweets that were on sale and stuff. Man, get this sweet D&D shirt. Like, how's that? That's actually kind of tight on my arms. Looks sexy. So, I'm glad you're back. We're going to do this thing. It's cold here in Texas, so mind my New York hat. It's just cold. It's cold front. It's going to be here for a few days. So, the best thing to do is fudge. This is a no-bake thing. Apparently, it's a no-fail recipe. It's a family thing my stepmom used to do, so I'm going to try it. I'll see if I can't screw this up horribly. It's foolproof fudge, and I'm probably going to screw it up somewhere. But before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell the YouTube stuff, ring the little bell, get notifications when we do this. Also, check the link down the doobly-doo because we do have merch. We got aprons, we got pot holders, fake hands, spatulas, flippers, spoons. That's it, but we're a small business. We very much appreciate that stuff. If you're ever interested in that, we very much appreciate it. Links down in the doobly-doo. And let's just get into the fudge. Fudge! Yeah. Alright, so I kind of doubled up on my stuff here to make two different batches, but you only need, it came from a condensed milk thing from back in the forever days. So you're going to need some semi-sweet chocolate. You want 18 ounces. These come in 12. They used to come in 6. So I'm just going to use one and a half of the other one. So that'll be simply enough. You want condensed milk. You don't use evaporated milk. Use the condensed stuff. You want 14 ounces of this. Just one of these cans is 14 ounces, so you're good. You want some kind of nuts. I grabbed some walnuts because they were cheaper than pecans because I didn't reach out to my friend Kiara. Shout out to her. She's awesome. And I couldn't get pecans, so it's walnuts for this time. You want some vanilla extract here and a dash of salt, but I'm using Himalayan pink salt because I'm fancy that way. Like I said, I got some more. I'm going to try it with the butterscotch as well as the chocolate and see how that works. But I know the chocolate works really well. I'm going to use some of these parchment sheets because I have them, and you want something to set them on. So get you a decent, heavy pot if you got it, just a saucepan, anything will work, and put it on low, like the very first click over, and put that in there, and you want to melt the chocolate. Like I said, you want 18 ounces of these. These are 12. You used to get 3 of the 6. They don't sell 6 in America anymore because we're fat. So I just do 1 and a half, and I try to get the exact measurement. You know, if you cook long enough, you kind of know exactly what makes half. And with it on low, it's already going to start to melt. So get you like a decent rubber spatula thing because it helps to kind of peel it off the bottom. Now, as soon as you do this, you want to go ahead and put in your condensed milk, but I screwed up and didn't read the instructions right because they didn't say condensed milk. They just kept referring to it by name brand, which was weird. So it's going to stir this up. It's going to give you arm workout. That's what that was for. So after a couple minutes, just keep stirring. You don't want it just to scorch, man. It's chocolate. It melts really, really quick, so don't worry about it. So again, I screwed up, and I should have put in my condensed milk when I put in the chocolate, but I didn't. Didn't hurt anything. So if you're doing this, put in the condensed milk at the same time, or you can melt it a little bit before you put this in here. It smells great. It looks absolutely not healthy. Yeah, but just reach in and, yeah, sorry for the camera angle here. Just get your spatula, reach in and scrape this out, or it's going to take forever to drain out of that can. They need to really design something that hangs on the edge of your pan and just lets everything drain. So get this nice and stirred in. It's going to melt that chocolate easier because of the liquid there. Again, the chocolate's going to be heavy and stick to the bottom, so get you a spatula, get it stirred up. After about a minute or so, this is what it looks like. Like all that folded in there, that cooked really well. And so turn off the heat and remove it from heat. Don't let it sit on there because that residual heat in that burner is going to make it where it's going to keep heating and burn that stuff down at the bottom. So you want a tablespoon and a half of your vanilla extract. I only could find my half tablespoon measuring spoon. So I'm just going to do 3 of these to get 1 tablespoon and a half because we do what we have to, right? Then the recipe called for a dash of salt. I don't do a lot of salt, so I guess that's a dash. I don't know what the measurement on a dash. And then 1 cup, 1/2 cup or 1 cup of nuts. Now, if you're allergic to nuts, don't put the nuts in. Jeez. Yeah, don't. If you or somebody you know or somebody in your house is allergic to nuts, don't add the nuts. They're completely optional. That's not one of the ones that we sell. That was one of my other ones that was not in the dishwasher. So, yeah, just get you something, get it nice and stirred in. But don't add the nuts. Nuts are completely optional. You don't have to use them. When I use the butterscotch ones, I added almonds to it, but it was really good. But you don't have to add them. Like, you can do it with, you know, whatever kind of stuff you got or whatever's cheapest. I use walnuts because they were cheaper, but they were really good in this. So get it nice and stirred up. Now get you a plate and put that, or plate or pot, or, you know, like a pie sheet, whatever, and put your parchment over the top of it. Then you're going to dump this out right on top and spread it around. It is super heavy. man.
And it's stuck to the thing. So again, it is an arm workout and a half to try to get all this stuff out. Now, I'm not going to show you all of me scraping this stuff out, but it gives you plenty here. And then you want to scrape it off as much as possible, and then flatten it out in here. Now, you try to get everything out of the pan as quickly as possible, because if you don't, you will be scrubbing on that shit for hours later, because once it dries, it hardens on there. So I just press this and press it right to the edge, trying to thin it out where it wasn't just a giant glob of chocolate in the middle and thin on the edges. And then just kind of pat it, and then you want to take it and let it cool for 2 hours. Now I put it in the fridge. Now this is what I was talking about. See, look, you go in here and you scrape all this stuff off before you wash it. The fudge is actually chilling in the fridge for 2 hours. But look at this. You can give it to your kid. Don't give it to your dog. Whatever. Or just sit around and eat the spoonful of chocolate yourself. Now, 2 hours, this is chilled. It's stuck to the parchment paper. It's perfect. And you can still use the same plate as your display or whatever you're going to just directly eat it off of. So get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Dad who gave me this new knife for Christmas. Sorry that I'm using it for fudge for the first time, but it's totally decorative and really cool looking. So I'm going to use it on chocolate because I'm a fat guy. So you can eat this however you want. You can eat it as one giant chocolate chunk if it's just you. But I just cut it into small squares. So just lines one way, lines the other. Now remember, in the South, the superstition about cooking is when you're cutting something that you have to scream and curse, use as many curse words as possible. It's just part of the superstition. You can just have it and just do the long string parts of this and just go back and cut it again, make a grid out of it. And now you got fudge squares, which is easy to share and less likely to have people punch each other over the end of the plate down at the end of the buffet. So pull these off, put them back on your plate, boom, pull them apart, fudge done. That's it. Now, like I said, this is great. Other than the chilling part, this is relatively quick. It's hard to screw up. If I could do it this easily with only burning myself once on the burner that was still on next to the parchment paper, and then use the butterscotch and the almonds, and it turned out pretty well too. It didn't set up and as hardened as much as the chocolate, but it's still servable. It's still edible. It's really amazing. So yeah, definitely try these. If you're going to store them in an airtight container if you can, or at least wrap them, put them in a plastic bag. It helps them from going stale and super hard and crumbly so quick. But this is great. These are amazing, foolproof stuff. Again, it came from Eagle brand milk packaging from back in the early days. I can barely read it anymore. Shout out to my stepmother who gave me this recipe to use for the show. She still made them. She made them over the holidays. We sat around discussing it. So yeah, try these out.
And there you have it, folks. No way to screw this up, fudge, and I didn't really screw it up other than I burnt myself. It was a little late with some ingredients, but it worked out really well. This is great. This is amazing. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find us on social media. Let us know over there. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, all those at Live in Between Paychecks Kitchen, or you can also find us on Instagram at Live Between. We had to shorten it down. You can also find me and Jack on most of those under our names. I'm Osway Nerdy. Jack is Jack. I can't pronounce his last name right, Corey, I believe. But you can find most of us on most of those, and also over on TikTok. I started throwing some extra recipes out over there. I do a lot of other nerd stuff over there, mostly because it's my own personal stuff, but I also get recipes from there. So if you got one, let us know, man. I will hit it up. I love trying other people's recipes and trying not to screw them up horribly and making it more Texas by putting jalapenos or something in it. Let us know, and I will see you all next time. Please be safe. Hope your new year and holidays and everything went fine. I hope this next year is amazing for you, and I will catch y'all next time.